Welcome back to the show, the eternal show. We're never gonna die. We're gonna live forever. I forgot to turn my microphone until literally right before I sang, and I was like, oh my God, am I using the right recording now in the Logic app? Because I was right before, but now I turned on the microphone, and maybe that changed it. But it was right.
Why do you need smack? I feel like, did you start super high this time, or is your voice just not warmed up?
I started high.
Was that it?
I think I started higher than usual. My voice is not warmed up. That's for sure. When I was up there, I was like, oh, that's crackly. Crackly.
All the sacrifices we make for the performance. Welcome, everyone, to AAWI.
Red leather, yellow leather.
And also with you podcast from Affable Idiots. Every week, join us and all your other lifelong friends as we laugh together. What if we laugh musically?
What if? That would get so annoying. Like if you were watching a movie.
We share
so
secrets. Why does every single time that I go to immediately think about a secret, it's about my feet and lotion? Every time.
You got a foot thing now for your own feet.
Here's another secret. Yesterday, I pooped, and it was a small enough poop that it disappeared down the back of the toilet bowl before I could see it, and I wiped, and there was nothing on the toilet paper. I call that a ghost poop. It was gone.
I always call that a spooky dookie.
Spooky dookie. Very good. And we strengthen our friendships on this off-color, Mr. Rogers-esque show. I'm one of your hosts, Chad Miguel Guadalupe Santana Inés. And with me here, I've got Jesse, Pop Lock and Pop Socket, Neil.
Hi there.
And we've
Pop
got
socket.
all your other lifelong friends listening and watching across the globe. And I am so happy to be here with all of you.
And also with you, my heart to yours.
Pillsbury. That's actually going to come into play with our game today. Very good, Jesse. Very good.
Ooh.
Not Pillsbury specifically, but brands. Oh, Jesse, before we get to that, I'm going to start to tog by asking you un question. Look at us being trilingual in the same sentence.
Ooh.
I want you to answer this question honestly. I have the itchiest eyeball on planet Mars.
The answer is yes, you do. Was that the question?
That was not the question, but you do get an extra bonus point. I want you to answer this question honestly. How much is too much money to pay to rent a movie in your home?
Anything over $15. No,
Whoa.
That's even too expensive. See, I feel that that's too expensive. But if you had like if it was at your house and like all your nieces and nephews were hanging out, I would be like, okay, $15 is reasonable because if we were all going to the movie theater, we would pay so much more than this. But I don't want to pay more than $5, and that's pushing it. When I rent a movie, I'm like, I don't know, that's a lot.
So is it a per person type thing? Like, what is the breakdown of rental per person?
I don't know. I've never thought of what of it like that. But like when what was that first movie that came out? The Scooby-Doo movie that came out last summer, I think. Was it that, or maybe it was the
Trolls is the very first
World
movie.
Tour.
Yeah.
And it was like 15 or more, right?
It was $20. $20 to rent it once. And if you wanted to watch it again, you paid $20 again to rent it. They made a ton of money off of my my family.
Oh, I'm sure. And that's why they do that, because they know they can. But a podcast that Casey listens to, like 2 or 3 of the guys did some like small voice acting in that movie. And they were talking about like, okay, yeah, you know, we'd spend $20 so that our children can watch it, because it's like 2 or 3 kids plus the dad and their spouse. Right. And that just feels more reasonable to me. So if like $20 for 5 people is, what is that? It's not $3.50. $4. Good grief. My gosh, brain. I feel like $4 a person. I don't know though, because then if Casey and I were going to watch a movie, then I'd be like, okay, we're going to rent a movie for $8. I suppose if it were a movie that would otherwise or is otherwise in theaters, like we've had since the pandemic,
Right.
I think $4 a person feels reasonable to me. I don't like it. And if I were renting a movie that were not in theaters anymore, I would absolutely not pay it. But $4 to $5 a person for a movie that's in the theater, but you're watching it at home, I can stomach.
Stomach. What a word.
Stomach.
I think if it's a movie that's not in theaters, like something that's, you could go buy the Blu-ray if you wanted to, or you could find it on, you just for some reason can't find it on streaming services.
Like Get Out. I can't find it anywhere.
Oh my God. You know why? It got out. I think $4 is for most movies, $4, $3.99. That's where I draw the line. However, if it's a movie I really want to see, like Black Bear was something like, man, I'm really into watching Black Bear, and it was $5.99. I think that's $6 to rent it. That's it. Anything over $6, get out. Get out.
A $20 rental is absurd. Get out.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to rewatch that movie and show it to Casey, and literally, I can't find it anywhere.
Casey's never seen Get Out? He was an adult with money when that movie came out. What did he do?
He didn't ever like to go to movies as frequently as you and I did. I saw that movie twice in theaters.
What a dirty slut.
I know. A dirty. That he must have given birth if he's that dirty slut.
Right.
As we've learned.
Yeah, I think though for a movie that's coming out in theaters and is accessible to us, what's weird is that I just paid $24 for me and my sister to go to an IMAX showing of Raya and the Last Dragon. And to me, I was like, man, that's a steal. But the thought of paying, I know it's $30, the thought of paying $20 at home to view it is like, nah, I'll wait 3 months for that to come to Disney Plus.
Yeah. And so wait, you paid $30 for you and your sister?
We paid $24 to see it in IMAX.
$24.
And that was
exactly.
Yeah.
And the reason I feel like it's okay, I'm willing to spend more at the theater is because you have that experience. The theater experience. And you have like all of the overpriced concessions and stuff as well, which is also part of the experience. So you're paying for more than the movie there. You're paying for an experience. And if I'm going to just rent a movie and watch it at home on my regular TV, not on this big screen with surround sound and Dolby and all this other nonsense good nonsense. I mean nonsense in the good way. The only good way you could mean nonsense. That makes more sense. I'm willing to spend that kind of money. My nose itches. But in the home, with my regular old sound system, my regular old TV, come on.
Yeah. There is the interesting part where, especially with the Disney movies that are coming out that way, you get to keep the movie. Well,
forever?
Kind of. You can watch it as many times as you want as long as you're a Disney Plus subscriber. So it's not like you're buying it digitally to own forever. So there's a little caveat there. But if it's a movie like Promising Young Woman that just came out on not streaming services, just came out for rent on digital services, and it's $20 to rent that movie, is like that's an A-list movie. That's where like, all right, I've already paid my A-list for AMC for the month. I'm going to go see this. There's no way in hell I am paying even. Unless it's getting, like, incredible reviews. There's no way in hell I'm even paying $4 to rent it. Get out of here.
No.
Get out
of here. And these companies, I know that they're struggling right now because a lot of people aren't going to the theaters. But you've got to think that they're going to make more money by releasing them for rent like this at home. Because a lot of families with kids aren't going to take their family to the theater because that's such a freaking hassle, I bet. So making them available to rent... and knowing kids who want to watch the same movie over and over and over again. I mean, if you made it a more reasonable price, you'd probably get more repeat renters.
Yeah.
And end up making even more money.
Yep. I have to vent for just a second. Fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
Ben.
Fucking idiot people. We went to the theater yesterday. Now, Morgan and I, we are both vaccinated, fully vaccinated. We were wearing masks. We went to the theater, and while we were waiting in line to, like, show our ticket so we can get seated, there was a woman ahead of us with her 3 kids. And the 3 kids are aged 10 to 12. It was like 3 boys on a baseball team. So 2 of them probably weren't even hers. And herself, all not wearing masks. They get to the ticket kiosk, and the guy there just hands her 4 masks. And her reaction to this is, oh, ugh. And then she takes the 3 masks and like, wait, they have to wear masks too? And I said,
the children?
I
Yes.
said out loud, bitch, it's been a year. How do you not know this yet?
Oh, did she say anything to you?
She didn't say a word. She like, you could tell she heard it, but she did not say a word. Blows my mind. Blows my mind.
They have to wear masks too. Contrary to popular belief, children can also get sick.
Also, how the fuck do you think you're still gonna walk into a public place without a mask on and be
Yeah. It's
surprised when someone asks you to put
just
it on?
not gonna happen.
You stupid bitch. All right, let's move on to our healthy competition today.
I love that the ticket counter person just handed them 4 masks. Didn't say anything, just handed them to them.
Yep.
And was like, okay, do.
You could tell she was an
grief,
entitled
good
cunt of
grief.
a woman too, like because she sorry.
Mike, you're saying all the words that you're
She-
not supposed to say.
the kids, as soon as they got their mask, were like, wait, we have to wear these the whole time? And then she said, no, as soon as we get into the movie, you'll just take them off. And I was just like, oh my God. So the kids even were like, you mean we have to wear masks? Oh, you never make us do this at home because we have money and we're white. God, I hate her and her stupid
hate
kids.
that.
Take back that
hate
thing you said
that.
about my fucking cunt kids. All right, I take back the thing I said about your fucking cunt kids.
Your
I
fucking
love
cunt
Inverge.
kids.
It's so
That's
good.
such a good movie.
Okay,
Such a
hi.
good
Welcome to
movie.
Healthy Competition. Last week, we played a game called Google Lost in Translation, phrase/slogan edition, where I did terribly.
You did so bad. But
so
to be
bad.
fair, it was the end of a long day.
It was. Our minds were not with our bodies, for sure. This week,
For
however,
sure.
we have a game that I think you're going to redeem ourselves with, called You Got Me Again, Nelson Mandela.
Oh, Nelson.
Oh, Nielsen ratings. This is a game based around the Mandela effect. And for anyone who's not familiar with the Mandela effect, it's where most of the world or society or a group of people assume that something has always been one way when it turns out it's actually been the other.
Like a lot of people thought Nelson Mandela died in jail.
Exactly.
But he
So
didn't.
that's why it's named the Mandela effect, because most people thought for some reason that they're like, I could have sworn Nelson Mandela died in jail in the 1980s. Turns out he died in
Oh,
2013.
no. He got out of jail and became president.
Right. So other famous Mandela effect things that will not be part of our game but are good examples are, for instance, the line, Luke, I am your father. Mm-hmm. Where Darth Vader never actually says that. He actually says, no, I am your father. He never says Luke. But we all find a fan, and the first thing we do is we speak into the fan, Luke.
Ooh, that was good.
Thank
He
you.
sounded like the wiki.
That's my Chewbacca mixed with my Darth Vader impression.
Mixed with, like speaking whatever the Chewbacca language is with English.
Correct. So here's our game
And the
today.
Berenstain Bears, that's another one where people say
Exactly.
the Berenstein Bears, I
Right.
think. Because it's
Yes.
Berenstain.
Berenstain Bears. It has never been Berenstein. So here's our game today. We have 3 groups or 3 categories that we're going to go through of types
Categories.
of Mandela effects. Some of them are actual real ones. And you'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe I haven't thought of it. Or I can't believe I've been thinking of that my whole life. Some of them are ones that I made up to try to make you doubt all of them.
Ooh, nice.
And then so we'll go through. There are 18 total. So you have a possibility of 18 points. This is probably going to go relatively quick because it's just like usually an A or B, but I think it's going to be fun.
I like it. Let's do it.
So the first list is 11 items. First category is 11 items. And they are all names or brands of things.
Okay.
The first one is the show Looney Tunes.
Okay.
When you think of Looney Tunes, is the last word spelled Tunes, or is it spelled Toons?
I think it's Toons.
Final answer?
Yes.
It is actually spelled Tunes.
Is it?
Yep. Most people are like, oh, cartoons, it's tunes, Toons. No.
Yeah.
Turns out your whole life you've been lying to yourself.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's Looney Tunes.
I've been lying to myself my whole life.
Number 2. There's a popular TV show starring... Don't say horseface, don't say horseface. Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Michelle. No, I said Sarah Michelle Gellar. That's not right.
Is the show called Sex in the City or Sex and the City?
Oh, I've seen the show. I think.
You've watched
It's
a lot of the show,
Sex-
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Sex and the City.
Are you sure? Final answer?
No, I'm not sure. I'm second guessing it now. But I'm going to say Sex and the City.
That is correct. You got your first point. Yeah, that's a difficult one where you're just like, most people when they say it too, it's just like Sex in the City.
Sex in the City.
And it's so hard. Like, did you say in or did you say and? Who knows?
Ugh. Well, now we know. Mike's Super Short Show.
Yep, that's it. All right. Next one. Think about the product you use to make your air, your linens, and your clothing smell better. Do you smell Febreze? I said smell. Do you spell Febreze? Febreze or Febreeze? Is it one E or two in the middle?
I was thinking it was 2. But I feel like I've also pronounced it to be funny, Febreze, before. Which would be 1E. I'm going to say 1E.
1E,
I'm not
final
sure,
answer?
though. Yeah.
That is correct. Yes, it is Febreze.
Yes.
Very good. You have 2 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people are like, oh, like breeze in the wind. Duh, it's Febreze. That makes sense. That's just Febreze.
It's Febreze.
All right, the next one. Think about your feet and your butt and the shoes you might wear on your feet to make your butt look better. They're called Shape-Ups
Fit
by
flops?
Skechers.
Oh, Shape-Ups. I was thinking of Fit Flops.
No, Shape-Ups by Skechers. Is Skechers spelled with a T or without a T?
I swore I would never own a pair of Skechers when I was a child, and
Yeah.
to this day I haven't.
I'm proud of you. I don't know why, but I'm proud of you.
I thought their shoes were so ugly growing up, and that hasn't changed. I still don't like them. They're not as bad as they used to be, but Skechers used to look. I mean, their shoes were really hideous. I know a lot of people loved
Have
them,
you
but
ever
I
seen
thought
the
they were.
Shape-Ups? They're terrible looking.
They're terrible. So I swore because I thought they were so ugly, I would never own a pair, and I haven't. Oh man. I think there's no T.
Excuse me. So you think it's spelled Skechers?
I think so.
Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
That is correct. That's absolutely right.
Yes,
You have
yes,
4
yes,
points.
yes.
Oh, sorry, 3 points.
4 points
questions.
this time.
3
3 points this time.
All right, next one. Think about your nose. It's really nice and soft and comfy, isn't it? You want an equally soft and comfy tissue. How do you spell the brand Kleenex? Is it Kleenex? Or is it Klenex? So are there 2 E's or 1 E in Kleenex?
Well, I'll tell you, Kleenex has really cornered the market on tissues. Nothing is as good.
No.
And I'm very often, I'm like, that's fine. I don't have to have name brand stuff. But when it comes to tissues, I want my Kleenex.
I do not
now
want
we
no
have some
puffs, indeed. No, get those fucks out of here.
Yeah. Right now we have puffs. I'm like, these aren't good at all. I want my Kleenex. I think it's 2 E's. I'm not positive. I'm really second guessing it, but I think it's 2 E's.
2 E's in Kleenex. Final
Because
answer?
I've never said clinics. You know, I've never
I feel
joked
like
about
if
clinics.
you were the person who saw that with 1 E, you would say Kleenex. Yep.
Clinics, yeah. Yeah, final answer, 2 E's.
That is correct. Absolutely. You have 4 out of 5 possible points.
4
all right.
points this time. Woo, woo.
I want you to think about crackers.
Crackers Barrel?
Crackers.
Crackers Graham?
Particularly ones that are baked with cheese
Cheez-Its.
in the square. Is the brand called Cheez-It or Cheez-Its with a Z on the end?
I think it's just Cheez-It.
One singular Cheez-It. Final answer?
I think so, and we just call them Cheez-Its, like Aldi's. I'm going to Aldi's. Get some Cheez-Its.
Shit, is it Aldi's or is it Aldi? The Mandela
Yeah, right?
effect.
I'm just going to say Cheez-It.
One Cheez-It is correct. Absolutely. Very good. Very good. That is now 6 out of 7 points. All right, we've got
Hot.
5 more in this brands category.
Let's do it.
The next one is Mr. Clean. Popular cleaning brand. Bald
Yeah.
head. Scrub
They've made
your
him real
potty.
sexy lately.
He's got a magic eraser and he's really sexy. Mr. Clean, is he spelled C-L-E-A-N or is he spelled C-L-E-E-N?
I think it's C-L-E-E-N.
Final
But
answer?
I'm second guessing it. But yes, final answer.
It is spelled clean. C-L-E-A-N.
It is.
It is. That's one of the
Damn
ones
it.
I made up to throw you off and make you doubt yourself.
Well, you did a good job because
Yes.
I was like, I think it's C-L-E-E-N. No, it is not.
So
I'm
you
a
have
fool.
6 out of 8 so far. Next
Okay,
one.
I feel good about that.
Popular children's television show from the 80s and 90s. Fred, Wilma, Pebbles, Bam Bam, Betty, and Barney.
Ooh, the Flintstones.
Are these called the Flintstones or the Flintstones? Is there a T or is there no T on the end of the word Flynn?
Shit. Because I get why it would be Flintstone. Because, like, to make fires.
Right.
But were they that obvious with it in the title? Or are they just the Flintstones? I think it's just Flintstones.
Just Flintstones. Final answer?
No. I'm, like, imagining the logo. I'm looking over
Right.
here to imagine the logo. Looking over here to my left. And I feel like I see the T. But I'm going to say final answer, no T.
No T. Final answer is incorrect. It is the Flintstones.
Damn it! I saw the T when I looked over here. I saw it.
All right, but you are
Damn
6
it.
for 9 right now. 69.
69.
You have 3 left. These are all food-related brands.
All right, let's do it.
Imagine Saturday morning.
Me and you. I did. Sorry.
Saturday morning, you're just barely old enough to wake up before your parents and make yourself a bowl of cereal.
Is it Fruit Loops?
It is Fruit Loops. Do you spell fruit F-R-U-I-T or F-R-O-O-T?
The second one. I'm pretty positive it's F-R-O-O-T.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. It is Fruit Loops with 2 O's instead of the fruit. I assume that one is like, you know, when DiGiorno has to call its wings wings with a W-Y-N-G-Z or something like that.
That's stupid.
Probably
Yep.
because the Fruit Loops don't actually have fruit in them, so they can't call them fruit.
Yeah. You just can't say it's fruit if there's no fruit.
Yeah.
But Fruity Pebbles is spelled, maybe there's fruit in Fruity Pebbles.
Maybe it's because they are fruity, like they are like fruit, but they're not fruit pebbles.
Like fruit, but they're not fruit.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
There it is.
All right, 2 left.
I should have gotten Flintstones because I used to eat Fruity Pebbles when I went to my aunt's all the time, and they were always like co-added. You know, like there would be like a Flintstones ad on them all the time.
That's the thing about the Nelson Mandela effect is that your whole life it's been right in front of you, but for some reason you see it differently.
You never saw it. Yeah.
Yep. All right. 2 left. You are 7 for 10 right now. Sorry. You are 7 for 9?
No, because remember, I
No.
was 69. Now I'm 7 for 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was the 9th one.
I thought I've missed 3. Have I only missed 2?
You have missed 3. You missed Mr. Clean, the Flintstones, and Looney Tunes. So I think I've been telling you the wrong thing so far.
You've been giving me an extra
Now you are
point.
6 for 9. Now you are 69.
Now I'm 69.
We are moving
Okay.
on to number 10.
Got it. Perfect.
All right. Imagine
do this.
in your brain
Me and you. I do.
you're going to enjoy a nice hero, sometimes called a sub, sometimes called a sandwich. You walk down to your local Subway for a $5 foot long.
$5 foot long.
Now imagine the logo of Subway, yellow and green. Is there a hyphen in Subway?
No.
No hyphen in Subway. Final answer.
Yes.
That is correct. Absolutely. Very good. Very good.
Was that one you made up?
That was one I made up. Yep. Just to try to throw you and doubt yourself. But it didn't work. You are 7 for 10.
You failed. You're a failure.
Last one. For the brands, food, etc. You're going to a restaurant. You're going to eat tiny little fries. You're going to eat sloppy sandwiches and burgers. You're going to have yourself a milkshake. Are you going to steak and shake with an ampersand? Or are you going to steak and shake with
That
the
one.
letter N?
With the letter N.
Second
It's that
one. You sound pretty confident. Final answer?
I'm pretty confident. Final answer.
Final answer? That is correct. Absolutely.
Yes.
Very good.
I
Yes.
couldn't tell by your face. I thought you were going to say incorrect. I was like, no, I swear it's an N. I swear it's an N. It's an N.
It is steak and shake, not steak ampersand shake.
I think I've made jokes about the steak and shake. Steak and a shake.
Steak and shake. Very good. Didn't stump you on that one. 8 out of 11 so far. You have 7 more to go.
Yes.
Category 2 is colors. There's one question.
Nice. Let's do it.
Here's the question. How would you describe the color chartreuse? When you picture
Chartreuse, I think
when you picture chartreuse, what shade is it of the rainbow maybe?
it's like a yellow green, isn't it? I think maybe it's officially in the green family.
That is correct. Yes, it is a green color.
Right?
Most people assume chartreuse is such a fancy word. It must be some kind of royal, like magenta or purple. No, it is green. Chartreuse
Also,
is
we
a green
thought
color.
there's a liquor we have in here that is called chartreuse. It's like you use it when you're making certain cocktails, and it is also sort of a yellowy green,
Ooh,
more on the green side.
very good. So you're telling me you've been cheating this whole time?
This whole time. No, I made myself know what chartreuse was when that one. I think it was the first Humor Heroes video, and you were doing something. You said chartreuse,
Oh yeah.
and I realized I wasn't familiar with the color, so I went and I looked it up. I was like, I know it's a color, I know it, but I don't know what it looks like, so I looked it up.
Nice. All right,
Nice.
final section, category 3. There are 6 in this one. That was 12, so you're 9 for 12 right now.
Yes.
You are the day after the national tragedy. These are all quotes. Movie quotes, television quotes, famous quotes. Similar to the Luke, I am your father. Quotes.
Quotes.
The first one is the Mr. Rogers theme song. Is the line, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood"? Or is it, "It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood"?
I think it's the neighborhood. That's how I've always remembered it.
Final,
I don't know. I'm going to say the. Final answer.
The final answer. Don't want to change it.
Don't want to change it.
I'm sorry, Jesse, you're incorrect. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood is the Mr. Rogers theme
I
song.
had a feeling that I was wrong on that one. I've
Yep.
always known it as the neighborhood. Interesting.
That's how everyone sings it. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. But it's actually this neighborhood. And fun fact, even the movie with Mr. Rogers, even the movie with Tom Hanks got it wrong.
Did they?
Yep, true story.
Wow. You'd think they would have looked up the song lyrics.
Right? Such an iconic song. But
Before just
Mandela.
being like, no, I
Nelson
know the
Mandela
song. I'm
got
gonna
them
do it
again.
Blah, blah. Got him again. Not Nelson. Silly old Nelson.
so tricky. All right, so that was number 13. You are 10 for 13. No, sorry, you are 9 for 13. The day after the national tragedy. You have 5 more to go. This one is from Snow White. Think about the scene where the witch wants to see who the fairest of them all is.
Oh, yes, yes.
What is the quote that the witch says to the mirror? Is it, mirror, mirror on the wall? Or is it, magic mirror on the wall?
I think it's magic mirror on the wall. I've
Final
always
answer?
said mirror, mirror on the wall, but I think it's magic mirror on the wall.
Final answer?
Final answer. Yeah.
That is correct. Absolutely. Very good.
Yeah.
It is now 10 for 14 is your score.
Hot, hot.
I think I always said mirror, mirror on the wall, and probably a lot of other people did because
I
of
did.
the popular band M2M in the 90s. And they had that song, Mirror, Mirror hanging on the wall. You don't
forgot
have
all
to
about
tell me who's
M2M.
the fairest one of all. M to M. All right.
M2M.
4 left. The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy emerges in Oz. She sees a yellow brick road. She sees little people galore. Does she say to her dog, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto? Or does she say, Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore?
I think it's the second one.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Final answer?
I think so. I've always said it the other way, but I think it's the second one. Final answer.
That is correct. Absolutely. You are 11 for 15. Yeah, most people say, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. And that's the quote they fuck up. When it's, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. All right. Next one. You're going to the moon in 1969. Not 1968, but the year after. We went to the moon in 1969. No, this is not the Even Stevens musical episode. This is Apollo 13, the movie with Tom Hanks.
That's what that was from. That was such a good song.
It was. Apollo 13, Tom Hanks. Things start to go wrong. Does Tom Hanks say, Houston, we have a problem? Or does Tom Hanks say, Houston, we've had a problem?
That's tough. Because I know it as Houston, we have a problem.
That's the whole thing about Nelson Mandela. He's a tricky bitch.
And I feel like that must not be right. It must be the second one. Let's say the second one. I don't feel so
Second
good
one?
about it because I know
Final
it.
answer?
I know it so solidly as Houston. We have a problem, but I'm like, surely that's not right. If that's how if I'm so sure about it. So second, yeah, the final answer.
That is incorrect. I'm so sorry, Jesse.
You filled me.
Now
I've been saying it right.
here's the fun, tricky thing. Tom Hanks says, Houston, we have a problem. The original astronaut, I believe it's Neil. He plays Neil Armstrong in that movie, I think, right?
I think that's
The original astronaut says, Houston, we've had a problem. Like, that's the actual quote from the astronaut. Tom Hanks says, Houston, we have a problem.
So, wait. So we were saying what Tom. I had to say what Tom Hanks
In
said.
Apollo 13, right? We had to say what Tom Hanks said in Apollo 13.
Okay. See, I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about what the quote actually was. Okay. Well, there it is. And I think I say at Houston, we have a problem because of the movie.
Right. I think that's what everyone does.
That's
I think
why.
if we hadn't seen the movie, no one would know that quote.
Yeah. I think you're true.
All right, so that is you're what, 10 for 16?
15?
We've done 16, but I think you've gotten 10. No, you're 11 because you got the Wizard of Oz one.
I'm 11. Right.
Yep. It's not like the score matters anyway. Here we go. Next up.
Yeah.
There's a baseball field. It's not there yet. But if you were in the movie Field of Dreams, would you hear the phrase, "If you build it, they will come"? Or would you hear the phrase, "If you build it, he will come"?
Oh, interesting. Because in Swing, what's that movie?
I have
With,
no idea.
With Mike Myers and the other guy.
Austin Powers?
Rock on, Garth.
Wayne's
World.
Wayne's World, yeah.
In Wayne's World, in this dream that he has, the guy comes to him and says, "If you build it, they will come." Speaking about like people to a concert. I haven't seen Field of Dreams, so I don't know. Are they talking about a they or a specific he? I'm gonna say he.
If you
I
build
don't know,
it,
I
he
haven't
will
seen the
come.
movie.
Final answer?
Yeah. Final answer.
That is correct. Very good. You don't let that pop culture Wayne's World get you. Yeah, the quote is, "If you build it, he will come."
Who's he?
I don't know.
I
I haven't
wonder.
seen Field of Dreams.
Yeah, me either. Oh well.
Final one, Jesse. You are at, what did we decide now? 12 of 17?
12, I think. Yeah.
All right. Final one. You're about to zoom out at 88 miles per hour in your little DeLorean. You're going to go back to the future. However, you might not need a road. Is the quote, "Where we're going, we don't need roads"? Or is it, "Where you're going, you don't need roads"?
Shit. I think it's your, because he didn't go with him, right?
I honestly haven't seen Back to the Future, so I don't know.
I can't remember if he went with him or not. I'm gonna say your.
Where you're going, you don't need roads. Final answer?
Yeah, I don't feel confident, but yeah.
That is incorrect. The quote is actually, "Where we're going, we don't need roads." That is one that I threw in there to
Yep.
fool you. And it fucking works.
fuckface.
All right, so you are 12 for 18 as your final total.
That's pretty
Congratulations. That's pretty good. That's 66%.
That's 66%.
enough.
66.6 repeating.
That's true. 66.6 repeating. And that is enough percent erection to get someone pregnant. 'Cause technically
And to
any
pass
percent-
college.
And to pass college, that's right. So that was it, our healthy competition for You Got Me Again, Nelson Mandela. Which one of those stumped you? Tell us on twitter.com/affableidiots. Let us know.
.com.
I'm very
What?
curious about your honest discussion. So next up is our honest discussion where we sit and we talk about a topic or two. Last week we had a topic called rebooting our childhood favorites that mostly just turned into, do we like the Rugrats reboot? And then a bunch of other random shit. So this week our topic
My
of
dog
conversation is
barking.
casting the calendar movie. I have no idea what this means, Jesse. What is it?
So, imagine you, me, and you. I do. Rule
I
of
can
threes. Had
only.
to bring it back. So, imagine we're making a movie.
Okay.
It's like the Emoji Movie.
Okay.
But it's the calendar.
Ooh.
And each month is an actor.
Ah.
So we have to cast the 12 months.
Okay.
And also choose like a costume. So we're mixing it up like, you know, like the sexy fireman calendars. They always have specific costumes.
Right. Okay.
So we've got to
themes.
choose.
Okay.
Exactly. So we've got to cast the movie, cast the months, and decide what their costume is going to be.
Okay. Can we first come up with like a general outline for a plot of what's happening in the calendar movie?
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's
because I
fun.
think that will inform who we choose. Whom we choose.
That's true.
Whomst we choose.
Whomstud we choose.
Woompus.
Woompus. Ewy. All right. What do we think is going to happen in this calendar movie?
So it's a movie about the calendar, like the 12 months of the year calendar, or is it like specifically maybe like the Mayan calendar and the end of the world?
That's the 12 months, because we're going to
Okay.
cast a January, February, March,
Okay.
so on and so forth, et
So
cetera, et cetera.
It has to be something specifically like a duration of time that takes a year. So something that's like, oh my God, I have a year to live maybe, and this is how I spend each month of that.
Or this is my gap year.
This is a gap year. I'm going to go explore between high school and college, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could also be based around an anniversary. And this is, I
Yeah.
love you. So this is how I'm going to say it all year, every month, every year.
Yes.
Okay. What else happens in a year? Babies are born and become 3 months old.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Assuming they were born on time.
Right.
Let's see. What else happens in a year?
I like the idea of a gap year.
Yeah.
Now,
That feels good.
here's the thing with the gap year, though. Okay. Gap year. A kid just out of high school going and exploring each
Trying
month
to
of the
find
year.
himself.
Each month of the year, he's taking he's backpacking across Europe. Typical thing to do as a kid. That is like, I want to
Yeah.
do this before I get old. Backpacking
Yep.
across
Yeah.
Europe
I'm 18.
every month, he encounters a new individual on his trip, his backpacking trip. Maybe it's
Yeah.
like a person he starts in Spain or Portugal or something like that, and he's like, I'm going to start here, and I run into some crazy Spaniard, and then he's making his way, and every single month he comes across a new person in his journey that teaches him something. Boom.
Yes.
That's our movie.
That's perfect.
Okay,
And then in
okay.
the end, he ends up finding himself.
Yep.
And becoming a happy person.
And he goes to Cornell and becomes Andy Bernard and works at a paper company.
Although, can we make it a she and not a he? Because there's too many movies with he's trying to find themselves. Nobody cares.
Absolutely.
Nobody cares about you dudes. Just
Okay,
kidding.
are we
People
casting
care
the
about you
person,
dudes.
or is that person just open? The she?
Yeah, I think, well, if you want to cast that person, we can.
Here's the thing. I know this is a little bit of recency bias because Chaos Walking is out. I haven't seen it yet, though. But Daisy Ridley? Is she too
Good.
old? Is she too old to be, high school and gap student in Hollywood years?
Oh, yeah.
In Hollywood
she might be.
years, though.
Let's see. How old is she in real years? Daisy Ridley. She's like, what, 2,000 years old? She's 28.
28. What about Zendaya?
Ooh, I like Zendaya. I'm so into Zendaya.
Yeah.
She's so good.
And she has that
that would
she
be
has
my
that high
dog barking.
school euphoria thing going on.
Yeah. Let's do Zendaya. I like her a lot.
All right, Zendaya.
Perfect.
Zendaya is the star of our
Perfect.
childhood. Sorry, of our calendar movie.
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
perfect. There it is. Now we have to cast, and I'm going to just list it down here below the positive quote that we're going to end on. We've got January. We've got February. We've got March. We've got April. We've got May.
Oh.
We've got June. Don't forget July.
Ah.
Also, we have August. Mm-hmm. Then we have September.
Okay.
Next comes October.
Whoa.
Then November. I was
Nice.
born that month. Then December.
Diciembre. Nice.
In case you
nice,
didn't know
nice.
your months, everyone. Now you do.
I have a special gift that will help us in this journey. As you know, I associate colors with just about everything: numbers, letters,
right.
words, objects. So each of these months is a color to me. So that can help us
Let's
choose
go through
our
them. I'm going to
theme.
list it out.
Okay, that can help us pick our theme. January is white.
Okay.
January is white. February,
Perfect.
blue. It's blue.
All right.
It's like a light blue though. It's not like a royal or a navy. It's a light blue.
Like a light blue. Okay, perfect.
March, green.
Okay. Like the color of this pickle?
Like
or
the
any
color of
particular
that
shade?
pickle, yes. Or
Perfect.
probably where I got the idea for March being green, a shamrock.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. April, orange. Probably got
Perfect.
that in my brain because my brother's favorite color is orange and his birthday's in April.
I like it.
May, emerald green.
Emerald green.
Emerald green. Yep.
Nice.
June
I like it.
is like a deep royal purple.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. That's nice.
Yep.
It's a good color.
July, it's like a light brown.
A light brown.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a sandy kind of light brown.
If you can imagine my sister's brown corduroys that she pooped in. That's almost the exact
can't imagine
color
those.
brown. No, think like tree bark. Like tree bark.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to put that in parentheses. Tree
Great,
bark.
great.
Perfect.
August is like a hunter green.
Ooh, we got a lot of greens.
Yeah, a lot of green months in there.
I like
September, yellow.
Yalla.
Yalla.
I started spelling it yallow.
October, orange. I bet you can guess why.
Halloween.
Halloween and pumpkins. Yep.
So we've got 2 orange months. All
We do.
right.
November, brown.
Because of Thanksgiving.
Probably Thanksgiving,
And all the brown
cornucopias and
stuff.
turkeys. Yep.
Yep. Perfect.
Yep. December, curveball, navy blue.
Navy blue. I like it. Ah, there we go. Beautiful.
So
See,
anytime
that can be
anyone
really helpful.
says any of those months, or I imagine a date, like if you show me like March 4th, 1994, that's a green date. These are the
Ooh,
colors
that's
that
a
I see.
green date.
Yep.
I like it. Very cool. What's that called? I forget what that's called.
I forget what it's called too. I don't know.
Stromboli.
Something with senses. Something to do with your senses. Color association senses. Let's Google that bitch. Synesthesia.
Yeah.
Synesthesia. There's a name for the people. Synesthetes. Synesthetes.
synesthete?
See
Synesthete?
characters. Thetes.
Interesting.
Synesthetes see characters just as others do, in whichever color actually displayed, but may simultaneously perceive colors as associated with or evoked by each one.
Interesting.
And they have the word
Interesting.
synesthesia and the numbers 0 through 9, and they all have different colors associated with it. Those are not the colors I see when I think of those letters or numbers, but
Well, yeah, that would just be boring if everybody was
Right.
synesthesia, saw the exact same things, saw the exact
GROs.
same colors.
okay,
Yeah, GROs.
it's in the game.
Okay. It's in the game. Okay, so we don't have to go in order. So if something or someone is sticking out to you, we can jump around.
I feel like June or July, whoever it is, has to look good shirtless, male or female.
Here's a question. Did Prince get canceled?
Ooh, it depends on how you feel about drugs and drug overdoses. I don't know.
Because you see July as June as a deep royal purple. If Prince didn't get canceled, and assuming we can cast people who are dead, then I think we could do Prince in his deep purple, hit that outfit. Deep purple is not the name of the song, but you know what I mean.
Right. It's Purple Haze, Purple Rain.
Purple, yes, Purple Haze, right? Or no, Purple Haze is another song, right?
Or is it like a strain of weed, maybe?
Purple Haze is a
that named
Jimi
after something?
Hendrix song.
Jimi Hendrix, that's it.
Deep Purple is a rock band. What is
Well-
that song? I think it was
Chocolate
Prince
Rain.
Purple. It was Purple Rain. Chocolate Rain. It was Purple Rain. Purple
If I
Rain.
Google did Prince get canceled, all I get is did Fresh Prince of Bel-Air get canceled. So I don't think Prince got canceled.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I didn't think Prince got canceled either. Yeah, all you get is Fresh Prince.
Why is it when I think of Prince,
was
all I
Prince's
think of is
real
Cat
name?
Williams? Did Cat Williams ever do a Prince impression on SNL or something?
Probably, or in some of his stand-up or something. Did Prince get canceled? Not Fresh Prince.
There's a
what was
Drugs in
Prince's
America.
real
Cat
name?
Williams. It's Pimpin'. Conspiracy theories exposed by Cat Williams.
Oh, Prince Roger Nelson. That was his name. So did Prince Roger Nelson. I don't think he did get canceled.
Cat Williams recalls friend Charlie Murphy in parody of Prince. I don't think Cat Williams ever did a Prince impression.
No, but he did dress up in a like a fancy green outfit, I think. Very similar to Prince's purple outfit. I don't think Prince got canceled. Okay.
I think
So then-
I think we're safe.
I just strictly because the way you see June is, and I think he'd look good without a shirt on, right? I don't know.
Again, all I see is Cat Williams. I'm going to Google what Prince actually looks like. How do I
great.
tell Google I want the artist Prince? Because all I can think, if I just Google Prince pictures, that's not going to
Just
bring
like
it up.
Prince Rogers Nelson. That was his name. And then you'll get some pictures.
In my brain, I was like, how do I do this? Do I type dead Prince? Do I type?
Dead Prince. No, then you'll just get a bunch of dead princes.
Okay. I see now.
Yeah. We don't have to do him, but just strictly because you see that color as a deep purple.
I could be into it.
It made me think of Prince. Oh, Prince. He was such a sex symbol. There he is without a shirt on. So we know that
He's
at
comfy
least
without
at
a
some
shirt.
point while he was alive, he took his shirt off. At least
Right.
once.
So Zendaya and Prince are going to become friends in June. Great.
Just think that would be great, right?
Or at least
Because
they'll come across one another.
wouldn't it be great? Like, you're trying to discover yourself, and you just like come across Prince at, like, I don't know, maybe you're hiking and you pass like his mountain home in rural like Germany or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, come on in," and then you have like you drop acid or something, and you have this.
Right,
she
right.
has this.
Can't be Prince without drugs.
Like, no, yeah, right. And then then that really sets her, because I think up until June maybe Zendaya's character has been really having a hard time. She had a hard start to this journey of finding herself, and then when she meets Prince, it's the turning point. She's like, all right, I'm set in the right direction now.
Okay.
So I'll put Prince here for now. We don't have to keep it. We can play around. Ooh, okay. So for May, Emerald Green, that gave me a Patton Oswalt vibe. I don't know
Ooh.
why.
Here's why. May the 4th be with you. Patton Oswalt, Star Wars. Dude's a huge nerd.
Was he in Star Wars?
No, but he fucking
Oh,
loves Star
he
Wars
likes
like
Star
nothing
Wars.
else.
That's just giving me, I don't know why, but I saw Emerald Green and it made me think short,
Munchkins, leprechauns,
like cute.
Emerald City.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
what it
it
was.
was a
Emerald
Wizard of
Green,
Oz
Emerald
vibe.
City, Munchkins, Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt. So shall we list that for now and see where we go?
But it also fits
love
in with
Patton.
Star Wars May the 4th. Okay, great.
I love Patton Oswalt. I love him so much.
Is it Oswald
Okay.
or Oswalt?
I think it's Oswald. Let's look.
Patton Oswalt.
Nope, it's
Walt.
Oswalt. Nelson
Nelson
Mandela, you got me again.
Got you again.
Got me again. It sure is indeed Oswalt. I love him. I love him so much. Okay. January, White, Betty White.
If she's not dead, although Prince is dead. All right, she can learn a lot from Betty White.
Yeah, right? It's a great way to start. Oh, go ahead.
Here's an idea. This could make so if this turns into a comedy, January is Betty White. She meets Betty White. Like Zendaya's like, I'm gonna go to Spain and we're gonna have this Spanish dinners really late at night. We're gonna party and it's gonna be great. She meets Betty White. Betty White is drunk as fuck at a bar.
Yes.
And she is like,
can she be like, I don't know,
lessons.
like an angel all dressed in white as well?
Yep.
Like she's
absolutely.
like,
yep.
Because I'm just thinking of the costume, and right, she's just got to be all done up in white.
Yep.
But hammered.
Zendaya is out there. She's looking for a solution to whatever problem she's running from in this gap year. Betty White's like, I got the perfect solution for you. We'll meet up. We'll talk tomorrow. You'll come live with me for a little bit while you're on your journey. Boom. Smash cut to the next day. Betty White is dead.
Perfect.
And Zendaya's like, fuck. I thought this was the answer.
I love it. And now I don't have anywhere to stay.
Yep.
Perfect. Betty White in angel flowing white clothes.
Perfect.
Hammered. Beautiful. Okay. Prince will be in his purple outfit.
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't know what I see Patton Oswalt wearing. Wait a minute. Yes, I do. A really bright, sequiny, perfectly tailored suit. Like,
Sequiny?
in emerald green.
Emerald green?
Emerald green sequins, or just like it, just covered, studded in emeralds, in green emeralds. That's even better.
What's Patton Oswalt's role in this?
Yeah,
Like
that's
Prince-
right. We can't
Prince-
just go with the green.
Prince does the Native American sweat lodge type thing, but with acid. Drop acid. Oh my God, I've realized
Yes.
everything I need to realize things. So like that's his role in this. What is Patton Oswalt doing, and why is he dressed in green emeralds?
That's a good question. I don't know. Okay. Why is he? What's his thing? What's his shtick? Shtick.
Maybe it's all about money. Green and money. It's symbolic.
Yeah. And so what's he trying to do though? I think whatever happens with Patton has to bring her down to the lowest so that the turning point in June with Prince it has that much more impact.
Maybe it's like, hey, I came from
He
a rich
robs her.
family. He robs her.
So he's the one that wants all the money. So he's like, "Hey, I'm Patton Oswalt. Let's come and hang out with me. We'll go to this concert. Prince is in town. We'll go to this concert."
Yes.
And then he robs her.
Yes. So he fakes being like this rich person. He's got this flashy green suit. He's like, "Oh my God, yeah, come over here. Prince is in town. We'll get you tickets." Blah blah blah. They go somewhere. And I don't know how he robs her. Maybe he robs her while they're at dinner or something like that. But he just fucking takes everything she's got, and she's left.
Yeah. With
all
nothing.
she has is she's maybe outside the gates of Prince's concert. That's what it is. They're about to go in. He's like got her purse or something like that. Only one of the tickets works. She's got a fake ticket, and he's on the inside seeing Prince with all her shit, and now she's stuck on the outside of the concert. She's like, "Oh my God!" Sits down against the wall, despondent. I don't know what to do. I don't speak the language wherever Prince is performing. And then you
Yes.
see Prince is going
Germany.
in the backstage
I would think
entrance.
he's in Germany because she's going to meet. I mean, he doesn't have to be in Germany. I was just saying he passes his German home, rural Germany. It doesn't have to be Germany, but some European language he doesn't speak.
We see Prince going in the
That's
backstage
perfect.
entrance, looks to the left, sees this girl. She's all like dejected on the sidewalk, and he's like, "What's going on, girl?" And she's like, "My ticket to your concert's fake." "You're Prince. Yeah, come drop acid with me before I do my show." Perfect.
So Patton Oswalt, emerald studded suit, robs Zendaya.
Okay. Okay.
Blind.
July, light brown tree bark. She's poor. She's got no money. She's been robbed. She's had a revelation though. She's now like on her way to wherever's next. She's hiking through a forest. And our shirtless Will Ferrell, who's just living out in the
Yes.
woods.
Yes.
That's our
Yes.
shirtless person.
Shirtless Will Ferrell. Is he also feral, like a feral cat? Like he's been out in the
Yes.
woods so
He's been out in the
long.
world. He's like, what's going on? Help me, Tom Cruise.
Okay, shirtless Will Ferrell. With his Will Ferrell afro. I think he's got to like really have grown that
yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
With classic Will Ferrell afro. Okay. What's he going to do? How's he going to help her? Or is he going to help her? Because she's just had this turning point with Prince, and she's like, all right, I'm out. I'm on my new path. I know what's what. I'm going to find myself. I'm going to find myself.
I'm going to find
That's
me.
how Zendaya talks, right?
I'm going to find me and everything I'm about.
Everything. Shirtless Will Ferrell. That's great.
I want whatever
Maybe he
Will
just-
Ferrell does to drive her into like a relationship. Like I feel like she comes out of Will Ferrell in July and ends up with like someone she sees herself really connecting with in August. Like maybe a relationship, man, woman, whatever. But like this could be the one, and we start having like a really great time, and things are going great. And I'm like, fuck. It's August in my gap year. Am I going to leave Europe, or am I going to stay with this person forever? So whatever it is, I feel like Will Ferrell drives her to that person.
Maybe. Now, I know Valentine's Day's in February, but maybe Will Ferrell is Cupid, so he's dressed up in a baby diaper.
Yes? Okay.
It's the off season, you know? He's like, I'm not supposed to be doing this. It's July.
He's like a mall Santa, but he's a Cupid.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Shirtless Will Ferrell with a classic afro and diaper. Diaper. Because he's Cupid. Because he is Cupid. Guides Zendaya to her love through something. I don't know.
Yep, yep.
But he maybe he stays with her. He's like, I don't know. I know where they are. I can feel it. I can feel it. I don't know who they are, but come with me. I'll take you. And she's
And
like,
it's a musical.
please don't rob me. And it's a musical.
I
But she's
don't
like,
know who
please
they
don't
are.
rob
Who they
me.
are, come with me. I'll take you there. I don't know who they are.
I don't know who your love is, but I can follow my Cupid eyesight to them. My Cupid eyesight. Oh, that's perfect.
All right, who's the love
love
interest? Who's the love interest in August?
I love how we started. We were like, okay, let's start in the middle, and they're like, oh, let's start at January, and now we're like, let's just jump back because now we're on the track. We're on the
Yeah.
track, the path.
It's rolling.
The path
It's rolling.
track.
We'll come up with the inciting incident later.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great. Okay, so August is Hunter Green. So, who is that going to be? Ooh, almost pulled my headphone.
Piece
out
of
my ear.
candy.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Oh man, I don't know. Let's not try and force that one. Let's just wait for that one to come to us. I think August is an important month for Zendaya. I'm a dog. I'm barking. I'm a little yappy dog. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Ha 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 ha. Doodaloo-doo. Bop-boo, 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 bop-boo-lee-doo.
Okay, December.
Sorry.
Hold on, I have an idea for December, the way the movie wraps up.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
been either running from a bad family environment, or maybe she's recently lost her family and she feels alone.
I think it's that, right? That feels bad. That feels
Okay.
That feels
Okay.
like, oh shit, I've
Like-
lost them.
I don't really have I don't really like have, solid ground anywhere here. I don't have a family. I don't know what to do, where to go.
I
where,
feel
Where do I
adrift.
belong? Yeah, I'm adrift. December, holidays, she meets someone who convinces her, like, your parents are dead, or whatever happened to your family happened to your family,
Yeah.
but you still have people who care about you. I mean, look around. And then you see, like, oh, that's not my family, but, like, we're here together in the holidays, and we're
Ooh.
warmth, drinking
Here's
cappuccino, or hot coffee, and hot chocolate. That's what I was going to say.
Cappuccino.
And then she
What
goes,
if
you know what?
she-
Fuck, I'm running away. She goes back. And she's like, we're now happy together, me and friends, or me and ex-lover, or whatever
Yeah.
it is. That's what drives her back from her
Yes.
gap year. Sorry, you had an idea.
What
Go
if
on.
she's, instead of her parents dying, what if she's just aged out of the foster system?
Ooh. I like that. I like
so
that.
she's got no one. She's 18, just graduated high school. She's aged out of the foster system, has to take care of herself now. Because the fosters that she were with, like, they're not gonna keep, like, they're not the kind of people who adopted her, obviously.
Right.
So, so that's what she's like. I don't have money to go to college. I don't even know if I want to go to college. I don't even know what I want to do. My whole life I've just been bouncing around. So I'm gonna go and do this and find myself. Yes.
Yep. And then December, whoever it is makes her realize you have a support system. You have people around you who have cared about you the whole time.
Yeah.
Whether it's schoolmates or people on your church basketball league or whatever it
Yes,
is.
or people on your church basketball league. Yes. I love it. Oh, excuse me. Okay, that's the perfect way to end it. So who could that be? Navy blue.
Oprah.
I mean, I would say yes, but she was in that movie that was so terrible. A Wrinkle in Time.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, I'm thinking
No,
of just like
Oprah would
some
be
wise black woman, like Retta, maybe from Parks and Rec. Like someone who
I love Retta.
Here's what it is. Someone who Zendaya thinks, hey, this could be
My mom.
at the beginning of December, like this could be a mother figure for me. This could be a place where I put down roots, and this is where I stay.
Yeah.
And then Retta is like, hey, listen, I'd be happy to do that, but you kind of already have people back home, and they miss you.
I know. Okay, I don't know much about Retta outside of
Parks and Rec? I don't either.
Parks and Rec, but what about Octavia Spencer?
Ooh, I do like me some Octavia Spencer.
I love her, and she's so she's been in stuff, she plays a good like mother figure
Yeah.
in a lot that I've seen. I just typed in Octavia. Well, do you prefer Retta? I don't want to shit on your parade.
How old is Octavia Spencer? She's old enough
She's
to be Zendaya's
50.
mom, but not like too old to be
If she's
like
playing right.
Yeah.
If Zendaya is playing a high school student, Zendaya is so Octavia Spencer's 50. Zendaya is 24. So I mean even still, she could be her mom.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Are you
Octavia
sure?
Spencer. Yeah, Octavia Spencer for December.
I love it. I love it. And I'm just seeing her in this like really beautiful navy blue gown. Like just gorgeous. Like when you imagine, I don't know, I wasn't in the foster system, but like I imagine that when a person is like doesn't know their parents and they're imagining them, and of course everybody's got to imagine their parents differently, but like maybe if it were me, I'd imagine them as like really elegant looking people.
Your daddy
I don't know.
Warbucks and
Yes, like Annie.
yep.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So Octavia Spencer reminds her of connections back home
Yep.
and value of those connections. Wearing really nice blue dress.
Yeah.
I love it. That's perfect. That's perfect. And yeah. Gorgeous, darling. All right. So now, what do we do from there? What do we do? What
We've
do
got
we do?
7 months
and maybe
left.
her
Oh
love.
my God, we're not even halfway through.
I know. It's taking
Okay,
some time. And maybe if she does truly love this August person, maybe they come back with her. Instead of her giving up her life,
Yeah.
they go with her. I like that. Yes, Hunty. Yes, Queen. Okay. All right, we've got to do this. I feel like we've got most of the big points, except for the finding of the love. We've got most of that mapped out. So it should be smooth sailing from here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Those sales are so
So-
smooth.
Betty White's dead. Oh, so she just thought like, yeah, this is great. I'm gonna live with Betty White or what. I mean, I don't know if these characters play themselves in this movie, or I don't think they're playing themselves, but I'm gonna just call her Betty White because we don't know what her character's name's gonna be. January. She's gonna be January.
January
Jones.
Jones. Okay, here we go. So she thought she was going to be able to make it based on Betty White's, money and living with her and all that kind of stuff. February, someone who she's just picking up odd jobs from.
Yeah.
Like
okay,
she's a
who's that gonna
task
be?
rabbit for some old person. She's a personal
for some
assistant.
dodgy character.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, and that's light blue.
Light blue.
Who makes you think light blue? And dodgy, or can play dodgy. What's his name? From Fargo.
The movie Fargo or one of the many television series?
I think season 1. The old guy. I think he dated Angelina Jolie.
The old guy. You're not talking about Martin Short, right?
No.
Not Martin Short. Martin Freeman.
Right, Martin Freeman. I love him. I do love Martin Short as well. Martin Freeman. No, that's not who I'm thinking of. It's season. He's got like a 3 name. Jimmy, Johnny.
Hendrix. Jimmy Johnny Hendrix.
Jimmy Johnny.
Jimmy John's
Jimmy Johnny.
Hendrix. Papa John's.
Better food, better pizza, Jimi Hendrix. Who is it? Okay, I gotta find the cast. Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton. Okay, yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, it's Billy Bob Thornton. Because he
Billy
can
Bob
play
Thornton.
dodgy really well. And, like, he seems like the kind of guy you could, like, you find him and take odd jobs from. He gives me a light blue vibe.
Yeah.
Does
Okay,
he give
I'm
you a
into
light
it.
blue vibe?
He does. I have to see a picture of him recently. I haven't seen him in a decade.
Ooh. And he was in Dirty Santa.
Yes. Okay.
What if she's doing odd jobs to sort of tie in? Oh, we don't have to tie in like the mall cupids, but if she's like doing odd jobs for mall Santas, no, that won't work. That doesn't make sense. It won't make sense. That's just me trying too hard
Okay.
to make connections. Do you like Billy Bob Thornton?
I do. I like Billy Bob Thornton, and perhaps one of the things can be Mall Cupid or Cupid at a Macy's or something like that. And
Yeah. Ooh,
so
yeah.
we have a very brief run-in with Will Ferrell, completely normal in that context. Like we
Yes.
think he's just a guy playing Cupid for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And then he comes back again in Act 2 of the movie, and he's just
he
batshit crazy in
is
the
Cupid.
woods. He thinks he
I was
is
like,
Cupid.
I don't want to do. That's perfect.
Okay.
Billy Bob Thornton. Bob Thornton.
I want your bod.
What's he wearing? Like, what do we think he's gonna like be dressed like? I don't
feel
really
like-
know that their costumes matter that much, but I don't know. I'm digging it. I'm digging doing the
Yeah.
outfits.
I feel like, well, it's February and it's Northern Hemisphere in Europe, so it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a light
So you have like
blue parka or like a down jacket or something.
Yeah. I like a light blue parka. Okay. Light blue parka. Denim.
Ooh, yes. Ooh, the light blue denim jacket with the Sherpa collar.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So light blue denim jacket. Not denim. Come on, Jesse. Denim jacket with Sherpa collar. I love those jackets. I want one. I used to have one. Don't have it anymore. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Does odd jobs for Billy. He is shady. She feels dejected. It's a good word. Runs into Will Ferrell Cupid. Doesn't think anything of it.
Right.
Because it's February.
Right. Okay. I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Will you, for 45 seconds, tell our audience about a word from our sponsors while I go pee real quick?
A word from our sponsors.
Make up whatever sponsor you want.
Okay, everybody. And this week's word from our sponsors is the desk that you've had sitting in your house for years that you don't use much and is slightly chipped. But it's a desk you've had since you were children. This is the sponsor, the desk. It misses you. It wishes you would come home. Could use a paint job. Maybe a sanding. Maybe there's an old paint job that you need to sand off and give it a new, beautiful paint job. Some new handles maybe, a nice satin silver, rounded, beautifully elegant, tapered handle. This sponsor is giving us no money because it's a desk and doesn't have money to sponsor us, but it's our sponsor. And so, Mike's back, but with the sponsor, one last word on the sponsor. One day it will die. And if you haven't told that chipped, sad desk you love it, you'll never, ever forgive yourself. And now back to the show.
The one with the chip in it. That's the sponsor, the desk. Very good. Very good.
I was thinking of the desk I had in my room when we lived together. That was my brother's old desk that I sanded and painted.
That was the one I was thinking of as you were describing it. It was your green desk.
I never used that desk. Never used that desk.
All right, we are halfway through the months of the calendar.
This is good. This is
January,
good.
February, May, June, July. We have December covered. We got to come up with March and April. We got to come up with our love interest from August. And then what happens in September, October, November.
Let's do it. All right, so let's see if we can just go through it now. If we can't, we can still jump around because we don't want to force anything. This has got to be, this is art. We can't force it. So Betty White died. Really started off on the wrong foot. Really, she plummeted quickly. She fell into the embrace of Billy Bob Thornton's shady character, doing odd jobs for him, stealing from the rich, giving to the poor. Just kidding, that's Robin Hood. Mall Cupid jobs. Maybe she's like doing the pictures, as the kids hang out with Mall Cupid. She's like teaching some kids to dance in the alley behind the Pizza Hut. I don't know. I'm just thinking of odd jobs. I don't know any odd jobs.
Listen, I've got a crew of kids behind a Pizza Hut that really need to know how to dance. If I slide you $500 under the table, think you'd be up for it?
Can you do it? She probably has to steal some stuff. He probably sends her into some stores, just some rivals, to steal some diapers from the other Mall Cupids.
There you go.
It's great. Hijinks. So now she's really not feeling good about herself. She's at least got, she's made a little bit of income, but she's not had anywhere to stay. She's been having to spend a lot of the money. March comes along. And that's green. Who do we have? Who do we see? This could be a good Martin Freeman moment. Isn't he? What? No, he's English.
He's English. What are you seeing Martin Freeman doing here?
I was thinking I know he can do a Scottish accent. I was thinking something stereotypically St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Because maybe up until April at least. So February and March, maybe she's doing I don't know though. Because St. Patrick's Day is just one thing. So maybe it doesn't need to be anything specifically Irish. Doesn't have to be. I don't love what I did. Let's go back to the drawing board on that one. I'm not feeling it.
I like the idea of, she thought she was going to have money with Betty White. She thought she was going to be taken care of. She's dead. She's scraping things together to try to survive odd jobs with Billy Bob Thornton in February. And then in March, what if she strikes a deal or finds a room at a hostel in March, and it's kind of like an empty hostel, and there's just one front desk attendant who's just really quirky and weird for some reason, maybe creepy, a little just strange.
I love it.
And that's our person.
And that can be Amy Sedaris.
Fuck yes. Yes,
Yeah,
from
right?
Strangers with Candy
You could get
and
murdered in
Kimmy
here.
Schmidt.
Help me, I'm getting murdered.
Yes. Yes.
I love Amy Sedaris. Okay, perfect. Amy Sedaris, quirky. Ooh, come on, fingers.
Zendaya's just like goes up to her room one day. She's like, "Oh, I'm exhausted." Plops down on the bed after an odd job. Amy Sedaris just comes out of her closet. "Oh my god, I've been trapped in there for 3 days."
Yes. Oh, that's perfect. Yes. Okay, so in March, she's still doing odd jobs for Billy
Yeah,
Bob.
she's still doing odd
She's not
jobs.
moved on. She's still there, but she's found a hostel.
Right. This is where she's
Perfect.
found bored for the month.
Yes. So quirky hostel attendant. Oh yeah. I bet maybe she's quirky. And one of her, I mean, she's definitely quirky. Maybe one of her quirks is she only wears green. Like, have you seen on
Yeah.
the internet the lady that like everything is green?
Yeah. Well,
Everything she wears is green.
But there used to be a customer who used to come into my work who everything was purple. She even changed
Really?
her name in like her official account name to be the purple one. Like
Really?
everything's purple. Yeah.
That's weird. And
Kinda
that's
like the purple store.
That's kind of creepy when you think about it, right? Like that's creepy.
Yeah, that's
And so
taking-
if this lady's just wearing only green, it's like, oh, I don't know, she might kill me.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I like it.
Only wears green. Very weird. Hides in closet. That's
in closet.
perfect.
Okay, so we have to get now somehow from, kind of not abandoned, but empty hostel with Amy Sedaris as the attendant, to, fast forward to May, we have to get to her being with Patton Oswalt, who's like a con man, who's going to swindle her out of
Yes.
everything she has. How does she get there in April? What happens in April that gets her to that?
So I think she's definitely so after March, I think she's definitely like, okay, I've been in pretty much the same location for 2 months. This is a horrible way to spend a gap year. I'm doing like odd jobs that I don't love. I'm here basically by myself with this creepy attendant. I have to move on. So she moves on in April.
Okay.
And spending 2 months in the same place, I feel like that's a good way to be like, to move it forward, to be like, I can't be here. What am I doing? Let's move and like keep trying. So then in April, she meets maybe en route from wherever she is to, if we're saying it's Germany or wherever it is, where she ends up meeting Patton. So like maybe in France. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The geography doesn't matter. But like in another location. Okay. April is orange. Orange trees. Citrus. Warm weather. Cuba.
Gooding Jr.?
Gooding Jr. Oh, he's canceled though. Didn't he get canceled?
I don't know.
Oh no, I don't know if he got canceled. He did get arrested. But it might not have been a cancelable offense. Cuba Gooding Jr. Snow Dogs. Balto. This isn't
Age of
working.
Ultron. Oliver
Age of
Twist.
Ultron. The Orange Ranger. Was there an Orange Power Ranger?
No, there was no Orange Power Ranger. Well, maybe.
Orange
I've not seen all
Fanta?
20,000.
Yeah, right. Neither have I. Okay, who does she meet? So I think let's decide what happens in April for whoever this character is. So she's in another place. I think maybe she easily finds lodging in a hostel because that's cheap. So that's just what she's doing.
Maybe it's a travel thing. Like she's hitchhiking with somebody for a month, or she ran into someone in Spain or France. Is like, hey, I'm on my way over to Germany and I'm sailing all the way there, and they're on a boat the whole
That's
time.
perfect. And so April is that person. Like whoever
Yeah.
we cast as April is
Whoever we
that
cast.
person.
Yep.
That's a great idea.
Maybe
Like,
they're in
she
the
meets-
Mediterranean Sea. Maybe they're sailing the Mediterranean Sea to wherever they're going to end up next, where Emerald Green
Ooh,
Patton
yeah.
Oswalt is.
That's fun. Okay, that's perfect. Perfect. So she's
I got it.
hitchhiked. Yes.
Someone whose lifelong dream has been like right now they're living in small podunk town in France or Spain or something like that. Their lifelong dream has been to be a gondola driver in Venice.
Yes.
And so they have, for some reason, a small boat, and they've been practicing with like a pool stick or something like that, and they've been pushing themselves along. So they're like, "All right, I'm finally going to do it."
And they have her sit in it, and he's like, "Okay, let me sing to you. Tell me how it is," because they croon as well. Yes.
So he's been practicing, and he's like, "I'm finally going to do it. I've saved up a little bit of money. I'm going to sail the Mediterranean Sea all the way over to Italy, and then I'm going to be a gondola person."
Wait, is he gonna sail in his gondola?
Maybe.
Or he's gonna get on
I
a
don't
big
know.
boat and take his gondola with? Either way, that could be great. That whole figuring that out could be great.
Yep.
That's perfect. Okay, so who is that gonna be? That's the perfect character. I love that. And so maybe she goes with him down to Venice.
Right. She's like, "Hey, this is my opportunity to get out of this fucking crazy hostel with Amy Sedaris."
Yes. Okay, who is this person? Oh man. Okay, all right. I gotta think. Okay, think orange. Think gondolas.
Gondolas. I feel like there's a lot of orange buildings in Venice.
Yeah, like old orange brick.
Yeah.
So maybe the person doesn't have to be orange. Venice is orange.
Yeah.
That's good. Who is this person? But I think it's got to be a person who's got like a very strong, either they're doing a strong accent for the character or they just have one that is very
Wilmer
distinctly
Valderrama.
not Italian. Wilmer
Valderrama. And he does his
perfect.
like Fez accent from that 70s show, but he thinks it's Italian.
Yes. Wilmer Valderrama. I don't know if I've spelled that right at all. It doesn't matter. Okay, where are we? Where'd it go? Wilmer Valderrama hold on. Dreams of being a gondola. Are they called drivers?
I don't know. Gondola captain.
What do you call someone who drives a gondola?
They're gondola drivers or gondoliers.
Gondoliers? That's what I was going to guess. A gondolier. Called gondoliers. Okay, perfect. He would know this.
His dream
This
is
person
meet
wouldn't know.
new people all the time. You get to sing on the job. You get to wear black and white striped shirts.
Yes, the whole outfit.
Yes, he's got the whole outfit.
Dreams of being a gondolier, to meet new people, practice his singing, and the outfits. Oh, and he's definitely just wearing that outfit. Like, he's not even there yet. That's just like what he wears every day. But I imagine it's like a Doug Funny closet.
Yes, he's just got 20 of the same outfit.
Exactly. And
Yep.
the hat, he's got, a couple of different hats. You don't need a different hat every day. Yes, perfect. Okay, yes. Thinks he has a good Italian accent. He does not. Beautiful. I love it. Perfect. And then she gets there. She ends up in Venice. And Venice, she's just like, okay, this isn't where I want to be. What am I going to do? I'm so far away from everything. Venice is also a very expensive town. It's so hard to find a hostel right now because it's what goes on in April? April.
Easter?
There's wasn't there like a big event in Venice in March or April last year? What do you call it? Carnival. When is Carnival? I think it's in April. In Venice. No, that's in February. Whatever. It doesn't matter. There's some event going on in Venice. And so she's having a hard time even finding a hostel or someplace to stay. So she ends up just like sleeping underneath some like awning that she finds or like underneath a bridge. But the water rises and falls there a lot in Venice. So she's like constantly like waking up as she's like the water's rising and she's getting soaked. She's not staying in a hostel or something.
Her luggage is floating away, or her bag, or whatever it has.
Exactly.
Inconsequential items, but still have some importance to her, are now gone.
Yes, exactly. And so she's pissed. She's so upset. Everything she has is wet. she finds like a couple of dollars in her pocket, you know? She just like, you know, because she does the thing where she like reaches her hands into her pockets just to be like, well, shit. And then she pulls out her hands and is like, she sees like a $5 bill and she's like, I'm going to get a coffee. And then she goes into this local coffee shop and boom, Patton Oswalt.
Boom, Patton Oswalt. Done. Perfect. Patton Oswalt is out there sawyering from losting her.
Yeah. Yes.
He's like, hey, beautiful lady, blah, blah, blah. Investment opportunity.
Yes.
Look at my fancy green outfit. Nice.
And he probably, to sort of trick her, you know, to make her trust him, I'm imagining that he, Daddy Warbucks is her just a little bit, buys her some nice new clothes. We can have a montage. This would be a great scene
montage.
for a montage. Yeah, I love it. And then he's like, okay, I'm going up here to wherever. Prince is having a concert. I've got 2 tickets. Come with me. I'll drive you. You don't have to pay for anything. And so then that's what we have in May. It's their journey up to wherever the Prince concert is. Then he robs her. Then she meets Prince. Has the altering acid trip.
Yep.
And then from there, she meets shirtless Will Ferrell as Cupid. She meets Will Ferrell Cupid in the off season.
I think the one thing we're missing, Prince has to be a whole month. Maybe she's like a roadie with Prince for a little bit while she's figuring herself out.
Yeah, he takes her in.
Yeah.
Because yes, that's perfect. Great. Yeah, you're right. That's perfect. Or maybe he's not on either he's on tour and they're going around and she's sort of a roadie, or they're not on tour and just like hanging out in his like villa, wherever that is, or maybe some of both, so that she can like relax.
Yeah.
And maybe
it.
that's when she has the acid trip. They're like for like a week or 2 of this trip. Like, she finishes the tour with him for free, and then stays with him for the second half of the month, and that's when the acid trip and all of this starts happening, and she sees the light and changes course.
Perf.
And then she's like, Mr. Prince, I feel ready to go back out there and find myself and finish what I came for. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So then she goes and she meets Will Ferrell and or Cupid. And he's like, I can see your love with my Cupid eyesight. Come with me. Because it's like a light, you know? And you're like, okay, I'm gonna follow the light, follow the light, follow the light. Here's another musical breakdown. Okay.
I had an idea.
Yes.
Character development for August. The love of her this love interest that she finds has a kid.
Ooh.
Single parent, but they have a kid. So like this is her yearning for family. And she's like, "Oh my god, I could see myself not only with this person, but I could help, be a parent to this kid who only has one parent. I didn't have that growing up."
Yes.
Add some complexity to it.
And also, I like the idea of, and the only reason I have this idea is because a comedian that I like that's on The Guilty Feminist a lot just recently did this. She was with a man and they had a kid. They weren't married or whatever. She realized, I think she's bisexual, but she realized she was bisexual or came out about being bisexual. She and her partner, the kid's dad, they broke up. Now she's engaged to a woman. So I'm thinking maybe it can be a single mother now. And she's just realized... She's just had some life-altering realization about her sexuality, and then she meets Zendaya with her kid, and then they fall in love.
Done.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And then because this woman that she meets with her kid, they're kind of adrift. I think maybe they're not settled. It's a recent sort of a thing. So then they can come to the country with her, and then they can get married, and then they can become American citizens and get the kid into a really good school system, and then that kid grows up and cures cancer. All because of off-season Cupid. Okay, perfect. Okay,
who
is this August person? Woman. The color is hunter green. It's a single mom. Hunter green, single mom. Who could it be?
The selfish side of me wants me to see Zendaya and Alison Brie together. But I think Alison Brie might be a little on the too old side.
I was thinking it's another one you love, and I think her last name is Brie. Or her first name is Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. Ooh, could be a... She would look good in green, too, I bet. Emerald green with her blonde hair.
And she's 31. Zendaya is 24. The age difference isn't too big there.
She's old enough to have like had a kid, like to play someone who's like, hey, I had a kid too early. We were young, weren't thinking, blah blah blah. Okay, Brie Larson, done.
Do you like that?
Yep.
Are you feeling it? It
Feeling
feels
it.
right.
Yep.
Brie Larson, single mom, newly broken up / divorced, depending on whatever we want.
Yep.
Just realized late in life. Late in life she is. I want to make this character bisexual because there's a lot of bisexual, like blindness, or I don't know what you call it, but where, you know, there was and still is a lot of hate towards like gays and lesbians, but then that's becoming more accepted. But people who are bisexual are like, well, no, but you're not though. You're gonna be gay, or you're gonna be a lesbian, or
Gotcha.
you're just figuring this out. So let's make her bisexual.
Okay.
If you're okay with that.
Yep.
Give some visibility there. Maybe we should actually have a bisexual actress in that case then. That's the only other thing to consider. Right? Because we just talked about...
We did, yeah. I can't remember Twilight Girl.
Yes, Kristen Stewart.
Stewart?
She's lesbian, but she could play bisexual. Ooh! Oh, no, I think she's too old. I like Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart could be good for this. I was also thinking Anna Paquin, but I think she might be too old.
Yeah, she's too old.
Yeah, she's almost 40. She's too old. I'm good with Kristen Stewart, actually. I feel like I like that.
Kristen
Do you like
Stewart.
that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's perfect. And it's not like a really pretty blonde. It's a pretty brunette. It doesn't matter how you spell Stewart. Kristen Stewart, single mom, newly broken up. I said newly broke, divorced, realized late in life she's bisexual. Falls, not fakes. Falls in love with Zendaya.
Here we go. August is Kristen Stewart. They hit it off. They have a relationship. They date a little bit. She realizes, I might be falling for this girl. September is Kristen Stewart says, hey, I haven't told you this yet because I was scared. I was worried it would scare you away. I have a kid. September is the kid.
Ooh, September's the kid. That's perfect.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So September, Kristen Stewart's kid. Okay, so who's the kid? Kid actors. Who are kids that are acting right now?
Kid actors. I feel like they've got to be young. So they've got to be like newly kid actors.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm trying to think. Current child actors. Who do we have? Water. Okay. Oh, man. I'm having a hard time with knowing about kids. Kids who are doing acting. Millie Bobby Brown, not a kid anymore.
No, definitely not a kid anymore. I don't know. He's still too old, I think, too.
Who was the kid in... What was that? It was one of those movies that came out on Amazon. Blumhouse movies. What was that movie called? Ah, shit. Hold on. This kid was a really good actress. She did a Black Box. No. Was it Black Box?
Bird
It
Box?
was Black Box. Birdman. No, it was Black Box. You didn't see that movie, I assume.
I don't think so.
Oh, then I don't know that we can cast this character, this little kid. If you don't know her.
I feel like... what's her name?
What is her name? Amanda Christine. She's so cute.
Oh, hell yeah. She's adorable.
Isn't she so cute?
Yep. Let's go with her.
I love it, and I like that it's a mixed race family.
Yep.
Give some exposure to that. Oh my gosh, she was so good in Black Box. Like, you should see that movie. That movie was pretty good. It was. I don't think it's going to blow you away, but it was a really good thriller. And it had a lot to say about grief, and it was just really good. It was really good. Plus, there's a really good contortionist in it, so that really creeps you out. I mean, really creeps you out. I think it's great. Okay, so Amanda Christine can play
Perfect.
the daughter. Let's see. Amanda Christine. Kristen Stewart's kid gets introduced. Zendaya adores her. They probably haven't decided yet, right? They're not deciding that they're gonna. Maybe, like, do you think that like the Kristen Stewart and the Amanda Christine characters, maybe like because they've been recently divorced or are single or whatever, maybe like the dad obviously doesn't care and is a bad guy and like kicked them out of the house and they've got nowhere to go, so the three of them join up in this month. Because like in August, she was staying, like maybe Kristen Stewart was, I don't know. We got to figure out how we can keep the kid
Okay.
away from her for a month. Like why it takes why don't we see her for the month? Because if she was living in a hotel or something like that, that wouldn't work because we would see the kid.
Maybe she's staying with her sister or something like that, or living with family.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, she's living with family. That's good.
So she's always like letting her sister babysit or something. I think so. We have 2 months left, October and November. Mm-hmm. I feel like something has to happen between Kristen Stewart and Zendaya in November to like break them up. Potentially in the relationship.
And then they come back together in December.
And then Octavia Spencer says, "You do have a family, or you do have people who you can spend your time with and care about you. It's them the whole time. They're right in front of your face. You're like, oh fuck, let me run back to them." So something has to happen in November to break them up. What if?
Or so maybe she doesn't come back to the States then. Maybe the family is Kristen Stewart and the daughter, and so she's like, I have nothing. There is literally nothing left for me back there. I have nothing. I don't have friends. I have nothing. Yeah. I'm going to stay here.
And maybe the whole message is home is where your family is or something like that. It's not necessarily
or
where
home,
you grew up.
Home is what you make. Yep. Or something, yeah.
Boom. Love it. Okay.
Because clearly, if the Kristen Stewart character has been staying with her sister, Kristen Stewart has family there. Zendaya's character has no family but Kristen Stewart and her kid. So he's like, well, I'm not going to ask you to leave your family to go to a place where neither of us are going to have family. So we'll stay here. Your family is my family.
Yep.
That's perfect.
Okay. November is the dad comes into the picture for the first time.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And there's some kind of trouble where Kristen's like, sorry, he's back. And I think I'm just going to go back with him. And she's like, I can't believe you. Blah, blah. She's like, yeah. That's why they break up.
Yes, that's perfect. I got to try and make it work for the
kid. Yeah. So
ex-husband
who's the ex-husband / father?
That's a good question.
Why did they break up? Because of her. Well, she's bisexual. It can't necessarily be because of her sexuality.
No, I don't think that's why they broke up. I think maybe they probably broke up for maybe he was cheating on her or something.
Yeah.
Or he had an affair, one affair, and he was like, I'm in love with her. I have to leave you. I'm in love with her. And then maybe he comes back and is like, no, I gotta be with you. It's you, baby. It's you. And then they try it, but then Kristen's like, you're too late. After a month, because she goes back for a month and then obviously realizes she's in love with Zendaya and can't be without Zendaya.
Yeah. Done. Okay. Who is it?
Who's gonna play the dad? What's his name?
She's mixed race, so it has to be a black man or...
yeah.
Someone of
That's
color.
what I was thinking. I
always immediately go to Lakeith Stanfield, but I don't want to see him as a bad guy.
That's what I was about to say.
I don't want to see him as a bad guy.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. I love Lakeith Stanfield. That's who I was gonna say. He would be a great dad. He like looked the great dad at least.
Yeah.
We could do him. We could do. I love Lakeith Stanfield. Daniel Kaluuya, the main character from Get Out.
Yeah, he was also fantastic in Judas and the Black Messiah.
I want to see that. I haven't seen it yet.
You have to watch it. This is like only on HBO now for one more week.
Oh, is it? Okay, then we'll definitely
Yeah.
watch it. I like him. I think he could be. I mean, he could really play that role well. He could play it well. There's
I'm
also
into it. Yeah.
John Boyega.
Oh, John Boyega from Star Wars.
I don't know that he'd.
I don't
I don't know.
see
He
him as
could
a
be
bad
really
guy
good,
either.
actually.
I don't want to see him
you
as a
don't
bad
feel it
guy
as
either.
much?
I don't want him to be a bad guy.
You don't want to see him as a bad guy.
All right, Daniel
Yeah, that's tough.
Kaluuya?
I think it's Kaluuya.
Kaluuya. That's what we're determining right now his name is, because we can't ask him in person.
Right.
All right.
Unless
so
you wanna be
that's
best
that's the
friends.
husband. Done.
That's the dad?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So, let's get this here. Daniel Kaluuya, ex-husband, father, comes back into the picture. Or maybe, should that happen in November and then... Or should that happen in October? And then they come back together in November, but then she's like, I can't leave America. That's where I grew up. And so that month is all like the whole like conflict of it. Or no, December's the conflict and the resolution, it sounds
yeah,
like.
I feel
okay,
like,
never mind.
I feel like
never mind.
at the very end, we have to see her like through almost the deepest of her struggles. Like,
yeah, definitely.
not only do I not have a home, but I'm not with the person I love or this new person that I met.
Yeah.
And we're like,
That's perfect.
it has to be in December.
Perfect. All right, so ex-husband, father comes back into the picture. Kristen Stewart goes back. They break up. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So now all we have to do is October.
October.
Man, this conversation's taking it. We're going
I know.
way into depth here. I'm
We're
loving
writing
it.
a
This is
movie.
fun. We're writing.
We're
we're
literally
actually writing a
an
movie right
outline
now.
for a movie.
This is fun. Okay, October. Orange. What's going to happen in October? So she met Kristen in August, and they really started to like each other. So much so that in September, Kristen introduces her daughter. They really get close, all three of them. Like the kid is like really happy, you know, that her mom is happy and has like and is exploring this other side of herself, you know. Like she's okay with it. She's come to terms with it, and they sort of like form this cool unit. And I think maybe the Zendaya character is probably getting close to the sister as well, like as like a friendship, familial kind of a thing. So what happens in October?
I'm gonna put a suggestion out there.
Okay.
It sounds like our movie is like a dramedy.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of comedic elements to it, but ultimately it's this drama about her figuring herself out. Mm-hmm. One of my biggest pet peeves with comedies, especially, is that the last half of it loses a lot of the comedy and gets too preachy.
Let's do something funny.
So far, yeah, like August, September, November, December, it's all like love interest
Heavy.
kid, ex-father, or father and Octavia Spencer, mother figure. Like we need to interject a little bit of quirky back in there in October.
Of course, let's do it. Okay, maybe. All right, what do they do? What's going to be funny? Do they go back to Amy Sedaris? I'm just kidding. I know.
I'm trying to think of something
person.
like something like. I feel like Halloween is not as big in other areas of the worworld as it is in America.
Yeah.
So
I think
maybe
you're right.
Zendaya is like introduced, like, oh my God, Kristen Stewart's
Let's
kid.
have a
You've never heard of
Halloween
Halloween. You're X years old and you've never been able to wear these dress up costumes and go get candy. Let's
Yeah.
get you costumes for every day of the month, or like we'll have Halloween every weekend, and then we have some
That's
kind of like weird
perfect.
costume salesman person.
Yes. So they go to like a local costume shop,
Yep.
maybe, and it's the guy who runs the costume shop.
Yep. Whoever runs the costume shop and is like making these things for her, or is like helping her pick out what princess or dragon or whatever she wants to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that person is the quirky, and also at the same time maybe teaches a life lesson somehow.
Yeah. Immediately, I think Keegan-Michael Key.
Ooh, that could be great.
That's immediately where my brain went. Who was a recommended friend on Facebook the other day, I might add.
Ooh, how many mutuals do you have?
Ooh, 2.
Have you held his debit card yet?
No. It sucks. I really like Keegan-Michael Key. There might be others who aren't, I don't know, as well known. But I like Keegan-Michael Key.
I like Keegan-Michael Key.
Because he can do both. He can do really goofy, funny, like dumb humor, and he can, while doing that, give a lot of good advice to the kid.
Here's another plus for him. He's relevant.
Yeah.
Like, so far we've had Patton Oswalt, Wilmer Valderrama, Amy Sedaris, Billy Bob Thornton, Betty White, like
Prince,
a
who's
lot
dead.
of Prince who's dead. Yeah. We need to bring in some relevance, get people into these theaters.
Perfect. I like it. Keegan-Michael Key. I love him. Costume shop owner. Maybe he is an American who wanted to take the joy of Halloween to Europe and opened a year-round costume shop.
Yep. He owns a Spirit Halloween store in Europe. The only Spirit Halloween in Europe. And
it's
it
year-round.
didn't catch on. It's year-round. It didn't catch on in Europe. And so when
Yes.
when Zendaya comes in with this little girl and is like, we want to do a lot of costumes, he's like, oh, let me use this opportunity. I'm taking all of my pent-up Halloween frustration and channeling it
Cue
toward
the
you.
second montage.
Yes.
That's perfect. Okay, so costume shop owner, American, who wanted to take the joy of Halloween to Europe, owns the only Spirit Halloween store. Is that what it's called, Spirit Halloween?
Yeah.
Spirit Halloween store in Europe, and it's year-round. So happy to do costumes. Perfect.
And it's year-round, but it is still in a strip mall where like a Target used to be or whatever. Not a Target, something smaller, but
like a American Apparel.
yeah, it still has the signage of American Apparel up somewhere. And
That's perfect. Yes, and then at the and then in comes the ex. They go back together. Diddle-diddle-oo. Octavia Spencer, you have to fight for what you love. Family is what you make it. You have a family here. Fight for it. And then she does. And then she's like, blah, 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 I love you. Let's be together. And then they end up happily ever after.
done. Perfect.
That's perfect.
Let's run us through our movie from start to finish, January to December,
Okay.
one more time, now that we have it all fleshed out.
Now that we have it all together. Okay, so Zendaya just graduated high school. She's 18. She's aged out of the foster system. Doesn't know what she wants to do next. Decides to take a gap year. And it's interesting that she graduated in December. Or seemingly at the end of the year, because this is January to December. Maybe she graduated a year early because she's very smart. And
Maybe
she
she
just
had to
wanted
do
to
a
be done.
That's it. I was thinking maybe she had to do an extra semester because, being in the foster care system, she got left behind or something.
Oh. Yeah.
But let's
Hashtag
flip
left
the
behind.
stereotype on its head and let's say no,
Yeah,
she
flip
had
that on
nothing
its
to do
head.
but study. So she's early.
She's super smart. So she graduated after. Yeah, she only did one semester for the senior year. So she graduated. She's done. She flies over to Europe with pretty much all the money she's got. And when she gets there, she meets Betty White, who is this character dressed, in white, flowing, angelic clothes. Maybe she's even got a halo because she's quirky and weird, and sees herself as the angel of wherever she's living. The angel of Madrid or something. And so they meet in a bar. Betty White is like hammered, a ball of fun. She's like, she tells Zendaya, come with me. You're going to live with me. I'm going to set you up. I'm going to take care of you. You know, you can stay with me for the month, however long you need. Just meet me, whatever, tomorrow. Betty White dies. She shows up the next day. Betty White's dead. Maybe they're like pulling her body out of the house.
Yeah,
as she shows up.
Like they're at the bar. She's sitting there in the bar still going, you can come with me. I'll set you up. Come on over to my house. Smash cut. And it's just Zendaya standing on her front porch while they wheel her dead body out on a gurney.
Yes.
In a body bag.
Yes. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. So now she's, you know, this was a real blow to her. She's fallen on her ass. She runs into Billy Bob Thornton's character and decides that, you know, he says, you know, if you need some money, you can do these odd jobs for me. I'm a shady guy. So she, you know, there are like a rival mall Cupid companies. So her odd jobs are mostly involving theft of the rival company. From the rival company, but she
and
also does the
teaching kids
pictures.
to dance behind Pizza Huts.
And teaching kids to dance behind the Pizza Hut. So then that happens in February. In March, she's still doing that, but she's made enough money now that she's able to afford, you know, a bed in a hostel. It's weird because she's one of the only people in this hostel, and there's a really quirky, weird attendant who is played by Amy Sedaris. She hides in the closet and like pretends that she was stuck in there for 3 days. You know, she's doing weird things. She's creepy. She only wears green. She's weird. So come April, the end of March, excuse me, I burped. She's like, okay, I've been here now presumably for 3 months, unless she moved from Betty White's thing in January to February. So either way, she's not moved much. She's moved once or she's moved none. Let's say she's moved once after Betty White died. She's like, I gotta get the hell out of here. So come April, she's like, I've been here for 2 months. I've not done anything. I'm working for this shady guy doing shady shit that I don't believe in. Just so I can stay at this hostel with this creepy lady, I'm gonna move on. So she runs into Wilder Valderrama one day while she's out buying groceries, or like a Sobe tea water. Sobe Life water. And he just immediately strikes up conversation with her about how he wants to be a gondolier in Venice. And he's been practicing on his skateboard, maybe. He practices the steering on his skateboard, and he's just bought a gondola. And so he's decided to sail the Mediterranean down to Venice, where he's gonna become a gondolier. So, you know, he wears the gondolier outfit, only that. So she's just like, this guy is weird as hell, but he's very nice. I love him. He's funny. This is my ticket. I'm gonna go with this guy down to Venice. It's gonna be great. She gets to Venice. He goes off on his gondoliering, you know, thinking, and she's like, what am I going to do here? What am I here to do? It's busy in Venice, you know, so he's busy now. He's there. He's a gondolier. He's constantly working. So they're not hanging out. She doesn't have a hostel to stay in because everything's booked. So she's sleeping underneath a bridge. The water rises. All of her stuff gets wet. Some not super important things float away that she can't get to. She's just so dejected. She sticks her hands into her pockets, realizes there's a $5 in there, goes into the local coffee shop where she meets Patton Oswalt and his emerald-studded suit. And he does a wonderful Daddy Warbucksy Pretty Woman montage where he's like, honey, you need help. Come with me. I'm going to get you some new clothes. We're going to buy you some stuff. Because all of your clothes, that's what floated away. All of her clothes. She has no clothes now, but what's on her
trunk
back.
of clothes. Yep.
Yeah. I think maybe she was wearing one of those Europe things, you know, like that you wear under your clothes with all your money and stuff.
Yep.
So that was
Hide your
attached
passport.
to her. Exactly. So that's attached there, so she didn't lose that. So he buys her all these clothes, and, you know, she's like, okay, this is the turning point. This is going to be great. And Patton Oswalt's character says, I've got 2 tickets to the Prince concert up in wherever. Come with me. I'll take care of you. I'll look after you. You don't have to pay for gas. Just come on. So she's like, hell yeah, this is great. And I get to see Prince? Yes. So they go up there, and right as they're about to go in, Patton gets his ticket scanned and goes through. She tries to scan her ticket, Zendaya, but is told it's a fake. Patton's already inside, pretending he can't hear her. Then she realizes, she's like, here, I can pay for it. I'll just pay for a new ticket. She realizes he's stolen all of her money, and maybe even her passport. That could be bad. Maybe he doesn't steal the passport. Maybe she keeps them separate. Who knows? Because that's something else we'd have to think about. Anyways, so then she's sitting outside, really dejected, like, harumph. I've been robbed. I've got, nothing going on. What am I even doing here? And then Prince comes out at the end of the concert, and he sees her, and he takes pity on her and says, here, be my roadie for the rest of my trip, or for the rest of my tour. And then you can come back and stay with me at my villa until you're back on your feet, until you're ready to go. So she does that. She carries the speakers, does all of that. Then they go back to his villa. It's beautiful. There's pools, all sorts of stuff. Drugs, acid trip. Oh my gosh, life-changing. I'm going to find a family. Family is what's important, or something, we don't know what that is, but she has some sort of a life-changing trip. So then that brings us through June. So now we're in July, and she's left the villa. She's, hiking through the forest where she meets off-season Cupid, played by Will Ferrell, the real Cupid, who tells her that if he follows his Cupid vision, his Cupid sight, he can take her to her one true love. And she thinks, this seems weird, but you know what? What's a guy in a diaper gonna do? He probably can't hurt me. He's a guy in a diaper. So they spend the month doing all sorts of fun stuff, but all the while following Cupid's Cupid sight to her one true love. Now we're in August. Cupid arrives with her at her one true love, probably doing something funny, like a yoga class or something. Not that yoga's funny, but, something unexpected. Like,
right.
That's her, and it's just like her butt or something, like she's doing a downward dog or something.
Yes.
Okay, and she's like, that's your love. And so then Cupid, I don't know, she looks at her and she's like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And she turns around, and I think maybe Cupid's disappeared. He's gone. We never see Cupid again. And then in August, she and Kristen Stewart take up, hanging out, having a relationship. They really get on. They really like each other. So then in September, Kristen decides to tell her she's been harboring a secret. And the secret is she has a cute little kid, Amanda Christine. And so in September, she meets the daughter, really likes the daughter, meets the sister probably too, because she's been living with the sister. They're all getting along. It's feeling great. It's very familial. October, Halloween. I miss Halloween. It was my favorite holiday when I was living in America last year. You don't know
That's
Halloween?
where I could always dress up and pretend that I was a princess or someone with parents or I was rich. Boom,
yes.
That's the link.
You can be whatever you want. We can be whatever you want on Halloween. I've never heard of Halloween. I've never had Halloween. What? I saw a Spirit Halloween just down the way. Let's go. So enter Keegan-Michael Key, the quirky owner of the only Spirit Halloween in Europe that also happens to be year-round. Cue second montage of little kid in Halloween costumes. They do all sorts of Halloween parties and Halloween events, as a close-knit little family. Maybe they bring in the sister's family, and the sister might have kids, and they do it all together, And then November, the ex-husband / father of the kid comes back. He says, I'm so sorry, honey. I love you. I need you. Let's get together. Let's be together for the kid. Kristen thinks about it. She's like, I got to do this for my kid. It's my kid. She needs her father. We're going to try. So Zendaya and Kristen Stewart break up. And Zendaya is just so heartbroken. She's like, what am I going to do? I thought I was on the right path. I had this whole vision. What was that about? What is it all for? I might sneeze. Maybe not.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
No, Zendaya might sneeze. No, I'm going to sneeze. It's going to happen. Is it? Nope, it went away. Not going to happen. That's so weird. And so then, in December, Octavia Spencer, her fairy godmother, Octavia Spencer, comes down in this beautifully elegant, navy blue silk dress and reminds her what her connections are. She's like, you do have love. Family is what you make of it. Family is what you choose. Family doesn't have to be blood. It doesn't have to be, what you expected it to be. Family is this. You have to fight for it. You can't just let it go. You have to fight for it. And so then she goes, she's like, oh, you're right, Octavia Spencer, mother figure of my dreams. I'm going to go fight for it. So she goes and she gets Kristen Stewart and the daughter and tells them how much she loves them and what they mean to her. And she's like, I just left my husband again. I love you too much. I couldn't be without you. They hug, they kiss, they maybe we don't know what happens. Maybe we don't know if she stays. Maybe we just assume that she stays there instead of going back to the States. But they're the family. That came out weird. They're family now, and they're close, and they're in love, and it's happy, and everybody's happy, and the dad is still in the daughter's life. He's not a deadbeat dad. That's good news. And the end.
Perfect. That was probably so much more than you intended when you came up. Like,
It is, but I'm glad we did it like this.
Me too. I assume you were just like, hey, the equivalent of let's just
cast the
make
months.
a sexy calendar and cast people with clothes for each month.
Yep.
But then it turned into a full-fledged, like literally an outline of a movie. And it's wonderful.
An outline of a movie. It's perfect. I love it. And it's got colors associated with
Yes.
it, which is perfect. I love it. I think that's a
that was
great
one of my favorite
movie.
segments. It was great. I actually
That
really
was
want to make
really
this
fun.
movie now, but I have no
I do
pull in
too.
Hollywood, so.
Yeah, neither do I.
You know, if they
Maybe,
make the movie like
Keegan-Michael Key
Valentine's
was a recommended
Day,
friend on Facebook.
you're right. That could be the key. No
Yep,
pun intended.
The Keegan-Michael Key.
Before we wrap
that
up
was
today,
good.
thank you, Jesse, for that honest discussion. That was great. Before we wrap up, I
Absolutely.
want to let everyone know about affableidiots.com, where you can go
.com.
and find all of the links to everything that we create here at Affable Idiots, whether it's our YouTube channel, our podcast services, all of that kind of stuff. You can do that at affableidiots.com. And if you want to be a guest on our show and be with us, like we will have in just a few weeks in April, we've got one person signed up. You can go there. It's the very first thing on the site is Year of the Guest sign up. Please do that. That would be dope. We would love to meet new people.
Yes, please.
We leave every episode with a parting positive thought, and we will do so again this time, although this is several thoughts, all of which are advice from a pickle. Life can be hard sometimes. Deal with it. Relish every moment you share with those you love. The door to happiness is always ajar. And if you want life to be sweet, you have to know what sour tastes like, too. And remember, life is never a dull moment. But don't worry. In the end, everything will be just brine.
So stupid.
There's your parting positive thoughts. Advice from a pickle for the week. Thank you, Jesse, for bringing an awesome topic of conversation, doing well in our game today as well, thwarting
whoop,
Nelson
that was a fun
Mandela.
game.
Yep.
That Nelson.
That Nelson. It's been great. Thank you all of our lifelong friends for listening. We'll see you next week. Until next week, though, hugs and kisses.
Hearts and sharts.
Shardy farts.
Sharty fart.